Yo, what is up guys? It's EliteShot here, aka Sean, bringing you guys another Q&A number 4. This series is called EliteTalk. This is where I'll be talking and answering your questions and saying all of my mumbo jumbo in one video. I say a lot of stuff because I love speaking my mind and I love sharing what I have to say. And I hope you guys enjoy it somewhat. Anyways guys, let's start this. The first question comes from Hunter Killer 102. He asked me, hey Sean, are you planning to play another game and upload it? Also, what is your main goal on your YouTube career? Alright, so on my channel now, I obviously mainly upload Call of Duty. I also upload a little bit of Battlefield, a little bit of Titanfall. I want to stick to FPS games only, first-person shooters. That's what I want to keep my EliteShot channel to be because I think it fits well, and I'm really a big fan of all FPS games. If you're holding a gun and it's in first person, I'll most likely enjoy the game because I've always did. I like the competition aspect, I like the strategy and the skill behind first-person shooters. It's fun. But don't get me wrong, I also enjoy playing other games like GTA and racing games like Forza, Need for Speed, and I'm not too big into sports games if you're wondering. I never really was. I kind of suck at them. I'm sure if I practiced I would get better, but I have so much more fun playing games that involve guns. It's weird, I know, but it's fun at the same time. And if I were to share other games like I listed, I would most likely share them on a different channel where I would upload all games. My dog is barking. She is probably barking at nothing. For some reason, she just barks. And barks when nothing is even there. Like the wind blows, she barks. Like you drop a pin. No, she's not that sensitive, but she's always barking. Hold up, 1 second. Lady, stop! Hey! Dogs, you can't live without them, and you can't live with them. Is that what they say? Let's go back to the questions. No more interruptions, please. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, a second channel called probably like Elite Plays, where I play other games. I think that'd be cool. That's my plan for the future. I'm just not too sure when I want to implement that plan. What is your main goal? My main goal is to reach 1 million subscribers. 1 million, because that's been my goal from the start. I always set goals, and I try to make them like stair steps. Like, I set a goal, I get that. I set another goal, I get that. I set another goal, I get that. And that's, I believe, the way you should do things. Okay, so the next question comes from, let's see here. If I can find one. Maybe I should write these down. It would be a lot easier, but I guess I'm too lazy to do that. This question comes from Davici. Sorry if I said that wrong, but still, cool name. He asked me, what is your opinion about G Fuel and stuff? And how old are you? How old were you again? Are you again? Grammar Nazi, I know. Alright, what is my opinion on G Fuel? I think G Fuel is pretty cool. I threw away the wrappers, the like little packages of the G Fuel that I drank already. I tried it like several months ago and I thought it was pretty good. I just never purchased more because it's not, I guess, necessary for me. I like it, they taste great, and they definitely give you energy, but I just didn't buy them again. It helps though. That's, I guess, my opinion. I think just even drinking water and eating like healthy fruits, and I mean, I guess there's no unhealthy fruit, but eating like just healthy stuff gives you enough energy. And sleeping well and doing that sort of exercise, that makes you feel better. And I don't want to rely on things to give me energy. Like, I love drinking a Monster and playing a game. I don't like doing it much, but every time I drink a bunch of sugar water and caffeine drinks, I get super energized and I feel like I can run like a mile a minute. It's nuts, but I don't like doing that because it's not good for you. I try to be as healthy as I can, and I don't want to do that stuff. But G Fuel is healthy. G Fuel is like the healthy alternative to energy drinks, and I definitely recommend drinking G Fuel over anything else. And how old am I? I'm 19 years old. Simple as that. Next question. This one comes from Natty Waltz. He asked me, what do you think is the most important you do or can do when playing Ghosts that makes you a good player? The most important thing you can do is to do your best. How's that tip for you? Okay, to be serious, Let me think of what you can do, because I get this question a lot. People ask me very often, like, hey Sean, how can I improve my Call of Duty game? What can I do to become a better player like you? Help me out, please! To explain it in like one word is practice. The more you do anything, the better you get at it. And the more you play Call of Duty, you will get better at it. I wasn't this good, and I mean, I don't like calling myself a good player because I don't like bragging about anything, but I guess I'm a good player. I mean, it's really your opinion. But I got where I am now because of what I did in the past. I've been playing Call of Duty for 4 years, and every year I've been loving it. I probably have at least 10 days played on every COD. I think the most days played I have is like 33 on Modern Warfare 2. I'm not exactly sure, I have to go back and check. But the more you play, the better you get. And when you play Call of Duty, try your best to do your best. Don't play the game and expect to do amazing and just do crappy and get mad and leave. You gotta really, you gotta fight for it. You gotta wanna be good. You gotta wanna become better. And I really try to give you guys the best tips I can and to share what I do in my videos. So it's tough to explain what is the best thing you could do to become better besides practice, and I guess just listening to my tips, because I really try to help you guys out as much as I can. Let's move on here. This one comes from Charlie. He asked me, what's your favorite gun in COD history? I believe I answered this in a previous EliteTalk video, but to say it again for everyone who didn't hear, my favorite gun is the Tire 21 from Modern Warfare 2. Their Tire 21, that was my gun, and it still is of all time. I love it so much. I love how it felt, how it shot, how it's just an amazing gun. It had very low recoil. It's been just so long since I used it, so I can't exactly like depict how good it was, but I love the gun a lot, and it's my favorite one of all time ever. And I think I've also really enjoyed the reoccurring M tires and the tire from the from other CODs. Like in Black Ops 2 we had, was it the M tire, and then in Call of Duty Ghosts there is the, what's it called, the M tire X. They're all pretty good, and I like all the M tire kind of weapons. Let's keep going here. All right, so this question comes from Andrew O'Brien. I don't like talking about these kind of questions because it's not really the proper thing to do. Well, his question is, hey Sean, my question is, do you make money from YouTube? If so, how much? People ask this question, and it's not really a proper question to ask. You don't go to people in public and say, how much money do you make? Or you don't ask that question that often, because it's just not really a respected thing to ask. But to answer in this video, and to answer to everyone that was wondering, I'm not gonna say how much I make specifically or exactly, but I make enough to do what I want to do. And that's not like I can't take trips to different countries and continents, and I can't do that stuff, but I can live a happy life without stressing about money. I'm not worried like, oh no, I don't have enough money to watch a movie, like go to the movie. I don't have enough money to do anything. No, I can do what I want to do without having the stress and worry. But I don't like sharing that much, because people get jealous, and people will think of you differently because of how much money you make. And if I were working a full-time job every single day, that's pretty much what it's equivalent to. For me, it's not like I'm not making that much money. Definitely not. Your parents are probably making more than me. They definitely are. I'm not making that much, but I'm really hoping in the future that I can make more, and with what I'm doing, because I spend so much time. I spend so many hours on my channel trying to perfect it, trying to do these things, and I'm doing so much like behind the scenes that you guys probably don't know, and I'm really hoping it will pay off in the long run. We'll see how it goes. All right, so this is a funny question that I'm not even sure how I'm gonna answer, but it comes from Thomas. I'm not gonna pronounce his last name because I don't know how. He asked me, booty versus booby. Okay, good question. And I guess all my girl fans, close your ears, because it's not polite to talk about these kind of things in front of girls, but I don't care. I mean, if you girls don't have to close your ears. You guys can hear if you want. Let me just think of an answer here. What, like birdie? Birdie. Jeez. Booty versus Booby? What do I like better, maybe? Is that his question? It's a great question that I'm trying to think how I want to answer this. If I had to pick one over the other, that's a tough decision because, you know why? It matters what's on the inside, not the outside. Next question. No, I'll answer it. That's the easy way out. I can't even decide, and I'm not even sure how I want to word this. If I had to pick, it all depends. That's my answer. It all depends. It all depends. I hope you guys know what I mean. I don't know how to explain this, and I don't even feel comfortable trying to explain it. So bear with me. I'm gonna keep moving on. But boobies are cool though. I like boobies and booties. Both are great. Next one comes from Leo Vazganian. I said that wrong, yeah, no. He asked me, what's the main thing you always liked about Call of Duty? The main thing I liked about Call of Duty is how fast-paced and how fun and fluid and how just great the game feels. Call of Duty plays, in my opinion, so much better than any other shooter before. I don't know what makes it feel so amazing. It's probably the engine they use, which I don't know. I should know, and I probably should research that. But the engine that Call of Duty uses, and it also varies from Black Ops and Modern Warfare games, but it feels so great. I personally think the Infinity Ward engine feels a lot smoother and better than the Black Ops one. I like how everything you do in the game just feels so spot on. I know in other games, and I don't want to make fun, but in Battlefield 3 and even in Battlefield 4, the controls don't feel as fluid. They feel like you can't do what you want to do exactly. When I play COD, if I want to drop shot, I drop shot. If I want to jump shot, I jump shot. If I want to do these things, I can do that. And that is probably because I have a lot of experience playing the game and I'm not used to other games, but I really think the game just feels so much better than any other shooter game I've ever played. I want to hear what you guys think. Why do you guys like Call of Duty? Because that's my opinion. This one comes from Dale Swanson. He said, how often do you get asked to be on a clan? And I remember you talking about EliteSquad. When will that be up? Alright, so I get asked to be in a clan kind of often. I mean, I really don't pay attention too much. I mainly get these invites on Call of Duty itself and in my Xbox 360 inbox. But with the whole EliteSquad deal, I'm not too sure what I want to do with that exactly, like the clan aspect. Of course, all you guys are in my EliteSquad. If you're watching this video, you're part of the EliteSquad. I guess that's the way I'm going to say it because it sounds sweet. But I'm not too sure when I want to set up the actual like clan system because I'm not too sure how I want to invite people and I'm not too sure how I want to hold like tryouts and stuff. I'm a solo player, so I'm not even like worried about the clan side of things. I'm not really concerned about that kind of stuff. I like playing solo. I enjoy playing by myself and doing what I want to do without having to worry about talking to other players. I know it sounds selfish and I know it might upset a lot of you guys, but that's just the way I do things, and I have been. I've always been a solo player. I used to play years and years back with my friends, but when I was playing, I would never really talk to them as much as I talk to myself. It's much easier to talk to myself than it is to talk to anyone else because no one is talking. I can just keep going on and on and on, and there's no interruptions. But I'm not sure when it will be up, and I'm sorry I don't know, but I plan to in the future, and I'll try to make it happen sooner than later. This one comes from Daniel. He said, if you could create a map theme, what would it be? Maybe a snowboarding map theme? Maybe a snowboarding theme map. There we go. If I were to create a map, what would it be like? Because pretty much every idea that I could think of was probably already done in a map. But I'm trying to think of a map theme that hasn't been already created. It would be cool to have a snowboarding theme, but I believe they already had that kind of theme in other Call of Duties. They had a skate park theme. They had a amusement park theme, which is cool. I'm trying to think, what don't they have? Maybe like a dungeon of some sort, like a big massive dungeon with tight corridors and maybe even long range areas and like a dark, maybe eerie, kind of scary-ish theme, because they don't have that many scary type maps. I don't get scared by maps, but they don't have like scary themed kind of maps. In not Black Ops 2, but in Call of Duty Ghosts, they have the map Fog with Michael Myers, which I think is pretty awesome. And that was like the first kind of scary themed map they had. It would be cool to see what else they can do with that kind of theme. I think it would be awesome to see like a dungeon with all the smoke and maybe like chains and skeletons and blood on the walls, and just make it super scary. Maybe like there's a trap door that you fall in with spikes that makes you just die. Like, I think it would be awesome to see that kind of theme in a Call of Duty map. Here we have a question from Jib John Duffy. He asked me, what headset do you use and how do you make it work with Xbox One, and do you recommend any headsets? Peace. Well, I use let's see here. I use Astro A40s. These are my babies. I love these things so much because it's honestly the best headset I've ever owned and I've ever used. The build quality on Astros is better than any other headset I owned before. That's probably a big reason why they are so expensive, but I think they are worth the money. I believe this headset cost me, was it like $200? I believe I purchased a like 2013 factory refurbished model, so I did get it for cheaper on eBay. But I believe they were $200, which is not too bad, because I believe if you were to purchase a new pair of Astros, like the 2014 editions, they might run you like $250 up to $300. And I think the best ones might even cost like $350 or maybe $300. I'm not too sure, but they are pretty expensive, and I think honestly they're worth it if you do have the money and you're a huge gamer. I would not buy these if I was not a gamer and I didn't play video games every single day of my life. And what else did he ask? How do I make them work with my Xbox One? I use the included optical cable. The optical cable plugs into the mix amp into your Xbox, and that's how I use it. With this headset now, I can't use the chat mic cable because this headset wasn't designed for Xbox One, and it doesn't work with this controller. But I believe Astro actually came out with an adapter allowing you to use the headset with the Xbox One, which I didn't pick up yet, and I have to soon. Thank you for the question. This one comes from, got something in my eye. That's not his name. I just got something in my eye. This one comes from Nick X Trippy. He asked me, do you watch videos of other gamers? For example, Allier? You should do a 1v1 with him. Alright, so I definitely watch other YouTubers. I get this question a lot. People ask me all the time, do I watch other guys, the bigger guys? I definitely do. I don't watch them as much as I probably could be watching them. I occasionally will click and watch one of their videos just to see what they created, because I respect them. They are bigger, they are higher than me, they are bigger, they have more fans, and they're awesome. I really respect, and I guess just respect what they do, because they're doing what I want to do and what I am doing, and I find it incredible that they got so much supporters, and they have so many followers for doing the things they're doing. And I think it's the most incredible thing in the world. Being able to create videos and to post them on YouTube is probably the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life, because I would not be doing this if I didn't love it so much. But I do watch other people. I watch Allier, I watch T-Mart, I watch PewDiePie, CNanners. I guess those are the top guys I watch. Syndicate, I watch Syndicate too. I love his Minecraft videos and that kind of stuff. Even though I don't play Minecraft, I still enjoy watching it. And with the 1v1 situation, it would be cool to do a 1v1. A lot of people ask me to 1v1 him, but it's probably, and it is, a lot more difficult to get in contact and to set something up like that, because he's a solo player, I'm a solo player, and solo players don't converse much with other players, and I don't know, it would be cool to do, but I'm just not sure how I would go about doing it. Maybe it'll happen in the future, we have to see. He also asked, this guy asked me a bunch of questions, and I'll just try to blow them out right now as fast as I can. What was your first handheld gaming console? My first handheld gaming console was the Game Boy Color. I think it was like a Pokemon themed Game Boy Color, and then I got the Game Boy Advance and the SP and the DS, blah blah blah. I got all those because the handheld games were the best thing ever when I was little. It was like the first kind of gaming thing I've ever got. Oh, well, this is off topic, but the PS1 is my first legit console. I love that thing to death. I remember just playing it all day long, sitting like 1 foot in front of the TV, just because that's how much I love gaming. This comes from Logan the Boss Harris. He said, you mentioned Elite gaming gear a while back. What sort of products were you thinking about? That'd be sick. Alright, so this is definitely my idea for the future. It's one of my ideas. I want to have a company called Elite Gaming Gear, or just Elite Gear. I'm not too sure what I want to call it. And I would want to sell, I want to like offer the best and the highest, the elitist, if that's a word, gaming gear in the market. I'm not too sure if I would want to create my own specific products, or if I would want to contact these different distributors and different businesses, and I would pitch them my elite idea and maybe come out with new products, maybe new headsets that are elite headsets that are the best and the biggest and greatest, and maybe like elite controllers or elite everything. I plan to have well, I want to have my own clothing line. I want to have elite everything, anything gaming related, elite monitors, elite TVs, everything. I'm not too sure exactly. I just have so many ideas, and I'm not too sure what exactly I want to do. But I guess that's what I would like and what I was thinking about. This comes from Rise Fusions. He said, how do you make your amazing thumbnails? I think they are so good. Well, thank you. I make them in Photoshop, if you're wondering. Photoshop's a program created by Adobe. And yeah, I just make them in there. It definitely took me a lot of experience and a lot of years of just practice making thumbnails and creating stuff in Photoshop. It definitely didn't come overnight. Like, I didn't just wake up and create these really cool looking thumbnails. It takes time, and the more you develop your skills as a like designer or graphic designer, if you want to call yourself, the better you get at it. And I'm always trying to improve my designing skills, and I'm always trying to get better at what I do in Photoshop. The next one comes from Tyson Padden. What is your favorite car? My favorite car, let's be real here. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic. If I had to pick my favorite car, I'm not going to say Lambo. I'm not going to say the Ferrari or any of those super high-end cars, because they're cool. I mean, they're definitely awesome, but I don't think they're realistic. I don't think I should be thinking of those kind of cars right now. If I had to pick a car right now that's like reasonable, either, I said this before, but either the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution or the Subaru Impreza WRX STI. They are both rally cars that are awesome for racing and drifting and all of that sorts of stuff. They're super fast. They have turbocharged engines, and I love them so much. I think they look so cool. They are amazing vehicles. If you do your research, they are super, super awesome cars, and those are probably my favorite. I also like the Corvette. I also like the Mustang, if you want to be American about it. And I also like, don't make fun of me, the Ford Focus ST, the hatchback. Yes, the grocery getter, whatever you want to call it. I think it is one of the sweetest cars for its price range. I believe the Ford Focus ST goes for around $23,000, which is not too bad considering it has 265 horsepower and like 270 foot-pounds of torque. It's fast. I watched so many videos and I did a lot of research on the vehicle, and I think that's going to be the first car I'm going to get. I plan on getting a white Ford Focus ST. I want to get black rims, black tinted out windows. I want to get, I don't even know, like just anything possible to make the car sweet and better. I guess that's my favorite car. Alright guys, this video was super duper long, that's what she said, and I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for all the amazing questions. I really hope I answered a lot of them that you guys were wondering. If you guys want to ask me a question for my next Elite Talk video, ask me on my Twitter at #FriendlyCODFanboy. Don't forget that. And I'll be sure to answer the questions that I feel are best and the most important, and that are good questions. So make them thought-provoking. Make questions that make me think and that make me give you guys some good ideas, I guess. Whew, that was a lot of talking, and thank you so much for watching the entire thing. I know my voice probably gets annoying after a while, and I apologize, because I think I get annoyed by my own voice. Whew, I'm out of breath, and I'm going to sleep soon because it's getting late, and I need my sleep. But as I always say, guys, it's EliteShot here, aka Sean, your friendly COD fanboy. I'm signing out. Peace.